The top line is you have a beat across the board. So Apple beat Wall Street expectations on revenue, but also all the product categories from the iPhone to the iPad, Mac, wearables, home and accessories, as well as services, right? So that is very good news for them. However, the iPhone did dip 1% year over year. Apple says they actually grew on the iPhone from a constant currency basis. But this is some new term or phrase they've pulled out of the hat over the past couple of years, as the growth hasn't been as sustainable as in prior years, but that is still the reality. The other thing to note is China. It's down about $1 billion on an annual basis. This time it was very interesting. Typically when China is down, they like to say that this had nothing to do with the iPhone, it's the other products. This time they did not say that. I don't know if we should read into that and take it to mean that maybe it does have to do with the iPhone this time, or maybe they believe that's just common knowledge at this point, given they've said it the past 2 or 3 quarters prior to this one. So overall, pretty good quarter for Apple, beating across the board, growing 5%. They seem to have grown a little bit more than they actually anticipated when they guided 90 days ago, or in the previous quarter, but certainly overall solid picture for them.
Let's take a listen to what Tim Cook had to say about China.
During the quarter, I should say also that iPad returned to growth in Greater China as it did around the world. And so we continue to be confident in the long-term opportunity in China. I don't know how every chapter of the book reads, but we're very confident in the long term.
And Mark, how much will the new iPhone help in this current quarter?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. So Apple Intelligence is really the big upgrade on the iPhone that they're trying to sell this year. They talked about AI so much on this call. I haven't heard them talk about AI so much since their developers conference in June, or maybe ever. And certainly AI is going to play a big part of this, but in China particularly, Apple Intelligence is not going to be available there until later. We don't know exactly when. Maybe it's next year, maybe the year after, maybe never. So certainly that's something that needs to be addressed. In terms of other features that the iPhone 16 will bring this year, on the Pro models, you'll have slightly bigger screens, you'll have much faster A18 Pro processors, you're also going to have a new camera button. It's sort of a DSLR button on the right top, or on the right side of the phone. It's on the top if you're holding it in landscape mode. Maybe that will spur upgrades. I don't anticipate this being a super cycle. You'll notice that in Apple's guidance, Luca Maestri, the CFO, he didn't say anything about the iPhone, which lends me to believe that it's probably going to be in line from a year ago. So we're not going to see iPhone growth on an annual basis. It'll be sort of stagnant, which, given the economic uncertainty right now, given the challenges happening in China, that's not necessarily bad news.